What just happened? I changed my music. Alright, theoretically, mic's back up and working. So it all should be pretty good. I don't know if this is what I want to listen to. Yes, it is. We are all good. Right now, we are listening to Manual Drive 1991 by Dusk. That is D-U-S-Q-K. They're drum and bass artists, pretty indie here out on YouTube, and I really like their stuff. Also, I forgot I was having mic problems earlier, so I turned my mic volume up. So it's probably insane right now. Hold on. There it is. All right, we should be in the green. We shouldn't be, shouting your ear off. Welcome, everyone. I deleted the stream that I just did this morning because my mic, it just fucked up. The cord for it, an Amazon Basics cord, by the way, completely shat the bed. As soon as I started streaming, and I was furious. So $30 later, in about an hour and a half of my time, Best Buy didn't have it. But if you need any kind of cables for like your equipment like this, go to a music shop. Go to a music shop, they have it, because they deal in that kind of shit. And Best Buy does not. So in a second here, we're gonna go back to animating, and I'll talk you through my process. You know, it's just a chill vibe session. Chill vibes and animation on Blender. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I'm just gonna check my audio on my phone to make sure everything sounds. In a second here, we're gonna go back to animating, and I'll talk you through my process. It's just a chill vibe session. Oh yeah, we're back, baby. That's what I like to hear. You could probably turn myself down just a hair. Alright. I sent a message to my sister. Whether she pops in or not is whatever. Alright, boys. Welcome in. Happy snow day. Should be a good time around here. I'm going to put the chat right on over here, and we're just going to get to animating. Let me turn on my light. There we go. I look a little better there. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I got the mic working. $30 later and about an hour and a half of my time. We're there. Go to a music shop if you need audio equipment figured out. Not Best Buy, I found out. But without further ado, we're going to get right back into animating where I was and just keep going. So, you don't have to stay here if you don't want to, but feel free to hang out and, chill with some good vibes. All right, so previously on Bustling Kiwi, we were making a light switch, and I think we succeeded in what we wanted to do. We're gonna separate my loose parts here, and we're just gonna scale this light switch in just a hair. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. It's just gonna be flipped down, so we're all good. Let me reopen. Oh, it's because I'm in modeling. There we are. I do like that about Maya. Not Maya, but Blender, you have multiple tabs with different workspace windows. That's amazing. Maya doesn't really have, I mean, they kind of have it, and it's mid. You are so cool. Urban man fixing his audio problems in the urban land. Yeah, I drove out in the snow. Luckily it's clearing up. Nobody knows how to drive out there, but I was okay. We're all good. All right. So what's gonna happen here is, let me give you some pretext here. In a previous shot, our main man's was, let me turn down my audio for myself. Looking over to the door from the side, he was just like side-eyeing it, and there was a little pause on the screen as if indicating like, is he gonna do something with this door, or whatnot? Is he actually gonna open it? And now the door opens from the inside of the room. He sees this little light switch. Oh, don't do that. Don't. Always remember to stop tracking the camera to your cursor. He's gonna pop in here and literally just flip the switch. He's gonna be like, oh, that wasn't there before, which I need to record the audio for, which is why I was freaking out. I was like, oh my god, I can't even record the audio. So, you know, audio really helps me time things. I mean, like, it's simple. Anyways, let's get to it. Let's fucking start animating. That's what we're here for. I'm gonna save an iteration. And I'm gonna stop cussing so much. I've already cussed like a couple times. Look, I got furious earlier today. I was mad. All right. So we're looking for about 60 frames of animation. I think. We kind of want this door to open slowly. I don't have auto key on, but that's okay. All channels. And then I'm gonna have to break a couple of things, but that's all right. Let's see. And then I always like to add overlap in my animation. So like the door is completed opening, but what we really want it to do is go just a hair further. And then we're gonna go 4 more frames, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then set it at its position. So like something like that, but a little bit smoother and a little bit not as fast. We kind of just wanted to go like slightly push open, as if it's like just the inertia of the door opening is happening, and then slowly like come out. I like animating on even numbers. This will probably feel better in a little bit. What is this black thing that's happening? What's going on over there? There's like a... there's like a... What? we have cloned doors? What and why? These aren't like... What? Blender sometimes does that. Okay, so you see these doors, these like open crevices right here. That's where these doors are supposed to be. Luckily, that doesn't matter for our scene. So we're just gonna delete those. And this. It must all still be attached to the main rig, which I didn't realize was a thing. Luckily, that doesn't matter much. Now I know. Anyways, we're just gonna watch back the door animation. And that'll make a lot more sense here in a minute. All right, we're good. Now I just need to pose our main man's. And I'd really like him to be the only thing I'm seeing. So give me a minute. Oh. Give me a minute. Come here, man. There we go. Maya is a little bit better at certain things, I will say. Not all things, though. Alright, cool. So now we're just going to pose our guy. What we really want him to do here is he's just going to open the door and go in. So, for this character, I had some problems getting the IK and FK controls to work when I rigged it. It takes some scripting that I just didn't know how to do. And I didn't want to work with plugins that I didn't know how to use. So I went and did a little runaround method. So what we're going to do here is we're going to open up his layers over here, his bone layers. And there's going to be a little thing that pops up here. Is that it? Yep, I think so. Yep, okay. So essentially what I did was I parented all the IK controls to this control, essentially, so that it would move with the mesh. And I wouldn't have to worry about FK, IK switches. And I'm just deleting it in edit mode. Bones, And everything should be okay. Yeah, everything's fine. There we go. I was wondering what that was. And then if we move you, and because you're over here, it is I feel like it's definitely acting a little funky. Okay, no, I think we're good. Yeah, I don't need everything to break now at the end of the production. We are all good. Okay, cool. So we're just gonna pose him as if he's opening the door. And the only reason I actually need the IK controls to work here is because his body's gonna move independently of his hands, but I need his hand to be directly attached to the doorknob. So that's where we are at. Audrey, if you're still here with me, you don't have to be, don't worry. How's your day going? What are you getting up to? What's life like over the hill, over the big mountain? Glad to see ya. The good thing about cutting between shots is I can change the poses of these guys without having to animate them walk, which is very nice. Okay, so something's still off because it's still moving with the hip bone. I need to go get ready and help Kimberly. Oh, she's over there, eh? I saw that text saying that she was in Denver. Well, nice. I'm glad they're moving in today. That's exciting. Snowy day to move in. That's a little unfortunate, but hey, that's still pretty cool. You shouldn't be doing that. What are you parented to, friend? There's no way. Hold on. So I've parented my things here as well as probably. I thought I just parented it to one bone, which you shouldn't do if you want to make a good rig, but it worked for what I needed to do. Yeah, no. Okay. Yeah, we just need to break the parents on these. The other ones, they can move, that's fine. As long as the hands move independently. Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what we're looking for, baby. Look at those hands not moving. Well, I hope moving in goes smoothly, Audrey. That should be fun. I know helping people move is never the most fun thing, but it's always good to be with friends and family while you do it. So, hell yeah. So the question is, does he open it with his right or left hand? I'm gonna go with the left hand, which means we need our door back. Whoa, he's like really large. I didn't realize how. The scale should always be set, but clearly I've done something wrong. Because if we open up this door, he looks normal. I think it's just the where the doorknob is, maybe. I don't know. I guess he's leaning over a little bit. That's okay. There's a lot of things wrong with this rig in retrospect, but this is still one of my cleanest rigs that I've made. The Cthulhu rig, which isn't present in this scene, is probably, it just builds upon what I did here, except it doesn't really have many facial like bones. So like, this is definitely my most complex rig. There we go. So right now we're just posing him so that he can open the door essentially. He's reaching down to do that, and then this is a little funky. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting messages. Nothing important. And then he's gonna just, he's not really gonna walk in the door, he's just gonna peek his head in. So that's all I need to allot for. I've been animating this rig and all of these rigs for the course of 2 months now. So I'm kind of, I kind of understand where I need to be and what I need to be doing. So all of this might look a little fast to you. You know, like, what the hell is he looking at and what am I seeing? But, you know, it's kind of hard to tell, like, what's going on from a distance because of how I set up this whole stream overlay. I'm starting to realize there's a lot of shit on the screen right now. There's just a bunch of lines going everywhere and some colors. I'll turn off the wireframe, that'll help a little, and then let me turn off my X-ray since I don't really need it right now. That's a little bit cleaner of a view. You guys can kind of understand what's going on. Right now, I'm just moving the hand over to the doorknob and positioning him in a way that looks like he's actually opening the door. I could parent him to the doorknob bone, I think. I don't really want to do that. So I'm just gonna key it. He should definitely, yeah. This door is definitely weirdly like this is fucking strange. This is strange looking. But if you open up the door, like, I don't have auto key on, so. Alright, sometimes I forget that. Let's key those. Turn on auto key. So like if we open up the door, that's what he's gonna look like, but he'll be standing up as he goes through the door, so I think all will be well. It doesn't matter. The scale is a little off, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna pretend the scale isn't off. It totally is. But that's okay. We're working with it. It's always good to kind of like do motions of hands just with your hand, like for just take a second and do it. I guess that most people animating probably already know that, but like any reference you can get that's, you know, and as close of a reference as you can get to the real thing, you should do. Like I have a handle that's just like this right on over there, and I'm looking at that and then taking my hand and like thinking, you know, just thinking about it, like where's the thumb sitting, like the thumb is probably the main driver here. This doesn't really matter. Like you're not gonna be seeing this right now, but as it stands, like once he goes through that door, he'll be moving the hand. He'll probably push the door open, and then he'll stand, peek his head in, and we'll be all good. That's probably all I'm gonna get to on this stream today, because at 4:30 I have to log off. I have to go pick up my girlfriend from work because I drove her to work today. The snow was a bit hectic, and I was like, I have a 4-wheel drive and I don't want her to take her just front wheel drive out into the snow because it was a little hairy out there. So I woke up and took her there, and then I started streaming this like an hour after that and proceeded to have so many problems that I about blew my head off. God, I am not meant to be a commentator. I'm awful. It's been so long. It's nice to be in front of a camera though. It's nice to be doing this. Okay, so this is kind of like where we are. We don't need to see him, but I need this pose to be set up because this is what we're actually seeing. The store. So yeah, but the door, I rigged the door. Obviously you gotta rig your door. It's really easy. We're just gonna turn the handle. I'd say it needs to be pretty fast. So half a second. We're working at 24 frames per second, by the way, just so we're aware. So 12 seconds is half a second. And then, since it wasn't keyed in its starting position, it's not gonna be good. But here we are. That's all right. So hold on. The hand didn't key, even though I had an auto key on. That's a little. Sorry. Whatever. We're on -1. Ooh, give it up for -1. That's for my favorite keyframe. Yeah, something strange is going on, but that's okay. It's too easy. I think we're good. I think what happened is I didn't realize it was on -1. There's a bunch of little mistakes I make like that, but we are good now. So life's good. No, not edit mode. I'm sure there's an easier way to do that, but I don't know it. Back to 12. Yep. I always like to linger on things for at least like 2 frames or so. That way people can like understand. See, like right here, it just gives it that like, yeah, somebody was holding that and then they just let it go. Something like that. Just simple things like that make things a little bit better in the end. All right. Now the door is animated. I'm gonna save. And now we're gonna push our guy through the door. So I've been kind of going around 4 frames per and then touching up from there. This guy is splined, so we're not gonna block him necessarily. We're just gonna go, this is an easy enough shot where we're just gonna push it right into splining. And let's go ahead. We're just gonna go 4 in and adjust positions. And that's what animating is. That's what 3D animation is. It's moving the dots 100 times over. And we'll change his wrist a little. His wrist looks weird here. That's because it's a little janky. That's okay. And now, when you move things like this, like the hip bone, or anything, you kind of want it all to curve. Like, you're not just like sliding this hip this way. Like, that's just not how it goes. When you move, you kind of like, think of it like a bell curve, like a big bell curve. You move in many different directions all at once, just incrementally, and a lot of people don't seem to realize that. So what I've done here is very simple, is I'm gonna move him in all directions. So, I've already moved him forward and down, and we're just gonna push him just a little bit to the side, and it doesn't need to be big, but it happens. Like, that motion happens continually, and it will, so we're going down into this is our main motion right here, whoop, and then we'll push up here soon. We're just 4 frames in, and he's not shown. We don't need to change a bunch of things. Pretty simple as that, actually. But I kind of want to. We'll overlap animation in a bit once we have it all like really ready to go. 8 frames, even still, can't see him, but I really need to understand where he is when that door is open at the right thing. So like, we're just gonna keep moving him the way I think we should. Oh, stop grabbing the wrong thing. Mm-hmm. See, right now it's breaking. The scale of this door is just strange. Yeah, nobody's crouched down this far to open a door.